I think it really sucks to deal with situations where you feel lost. You don't know what to do. And learning some things really feels like that. Getting better at math or anything involving people or like creative stuff, you just don't get clear signals on if you're doing the right thing. I mean, think about it when it comes to learning math. Like what is learning math like? You sit at a table with some educational materials, a piece of paper, and then something to write with. And you're trying random thoughts you have about how to solve problems. And at some point in time, you'll get a problem correct, right? And then you'll wonder, do I know how the math works? And then you won't actually know even though you got that problem right. So then you're going to go do a bunch of other problems to confirm it. And probably what'll happen is you'll mess one of those problems up and you'll be like, I don't truly understand how this works because in this situation, I didn't use it correctly. So then you go and you sit down more of your educational materials, and then you're like, I think I got it again. And then you go and do 5 problems in a row, and you get them all right. And then you're like, I did have the aha moment. It did click. But here's something that's annoying. It fucking clicked before you realized it clicked. That's so fucking goddamn annoying. Like, just this delay on having the idea of if you're doing things the right way, like, it is brutal for learning. It is so brutal. And I think it's really easy for us to like tell ourselves that like that wouldn't matter, but it matters on every other fucking goddamn animal that exists. Like the time delay between like fucking action and then reward or punishment is like super big deal on getting our biology to actually adapt correctly. And some things just don't give you the ability to create a feedback loop like that. And so learning really sucks. Now, here's something that's like kind of funny. People problems, that's one of the things I said that it sucks to learn. In World of Warcraft, you can get like a career's worth of people management problems in like fucking 3 months of running a guild. Like so quickly. The cycles still are really long, and it's still very challenging to like learn how to like manage people in World of Warcraft. But I bet you it's way less challenging than in person because you do get to have the cycles. Like, where else in your life can you have 39 other people that you fucking interact with, like doing something that's like time gated? Like, there's so few professions where that's a thing, and usually there's like lots of red tape involved with managing people in the real world, because normally, unless you're like a founder, somebody is like giving you like it's like someone's lending you power. So you got to be really careful with how you use it. There's usually a ton of restrictions. Like World of Warcraft, do whatever you want. Piss off your whole guild, get them to like make a coup against you, fucking whatever you want to do. Like, it's yours to fuck up, which makes it a little easier to learn. And then there's things that are really fun to learn. You know, like these are we just went over a bunch of things that are not fun to learn. You know, like it's not fun to get better at math. It's not fun to learn how to fucking deal with people. There's not clear signals. Like, you're just going to be lost. And you have to deal with like everything in like big aggregates and be like, okay, I guess on net those behaviors like made sense. And you're not even going to know what behaviors you're doing all the time. And there's things that rock to learn. Like World of Warcraft Warrior DPS, where you get really clear signals. You go in, you hit a boss. You know that you should do execute if it's up, otherwise bloodthirst, and then if bloodthirst and execute aren't available, you use whirlwind. You're gonna accidentally use a bloodthirst when the boss sets 16% health, and then you're gonna realize like, oh, wait, is the boss in execute range? And you're gonna see your GCD is up and it's executable, and you're like, I might have fucked up. I don't know if I have enough AP. Or you're going to use whirlwind and then realize while the GCD is still up that bloodthirst is available. You know, you'd be like, I fucked up. And then it gets sent off to Warcraft logs, and it gets annotated nice for you, so that way you can go and read through all this information about how you played and other people played. And it's so fantastic, because in the moment you're getting feedback about your rotation by just seeing like, are the things I want to use on cooldown when they should be or they shouldn't be. And then you get to see how you did in past weeks after the raid's over. You can go and check and be like, you know what, I really feel like I've been paying better attention to getting those executes off the second I can, and I've been paying better attention to using bloodthirst as much as possible. And then you can actually go and read something that proves it to you. Be like, yes, I am using more of these abilities than before. Awesome. And that's fantastic for learning. And it doesn't mean that you now have to just have faith. You're not like, you don't have the affliction of needing to just put your faith in yourself, that like it is working out. You have fucking evidence. That feels so good. But something that's kind of funny is that you could generate evidence that you're doing the complex things right for many other activities in your life, and you just don't. You just don't. And I just didn't until fresh, basically. And an example of this could be I started smoking weed again, and I'm stopping now. But while I was smoking it for a while, I was thinking like, okay, I have more negative emotion than I think I had before. I'm not really sure of it. Not really sure of it. Been getting high a lot during the day. And then I would just like, I would do it and feel fun, and I'd feel bad about it. And I just started writing that down. Like, I am stoned, and I just feel bad for no reason. And then I'd have days where I didn't smoke at all, and I'd like write down, and I'd be like, yep, didn't touch weed at all, didn't have any of those weird funny thoughts at all. And then you do that for a while, and then you just see a really clear pattern. It's like, okay, at least for Jake, smoking weed makes him a neurotic freak. And I really should stay away from it. Probably that's what it does to most people, but I'm sure that's what it does to me. Or there's other things like my sleep. I really believe that sleep's super important. And I'm not a scientist, so I'm not going to be an idiot and say like, you know, like people do this with like global warming, for example. Be like, go check the data. Fuck you, asshole. None of us knows how to check that fucking data. I don't know how to fucking really check the data on like sleep being important. You know, I'm not going to go read a fucking study. I'm not going to understand the statistics they're doing even. Maybe I could go teach myself it, teach in quotation marks. I wouldn't be sure if I taught myself right. It's not like I'm going to go take a statistics class so that way I can have an opinion about something, right? But I do know that I have a watch that in some way tracks how well I'm sleeping. And it tracks a bunch of other health metrics. And when I'm sleeping good, it'll say that. And then I'll notice that the other health metrics are higher. And I'm pretty sure that I feel better when I am well slept too, because that's also a thing that I kind of journal. And I'd invite all you guys to try that as well. Like, keep some statistics on how you feel you're progressing at things. And maybe in the future, that'll make it a little easier for you to just, like, shut your mind up and keep to the grind on something that doesn't give you the type of feedback you'd really love to have. Like, with my guildies, you know, there's, like, lots to learn. I'm not the best raid leader. I'm not, like, the nicest guy or the fairest or, I don't know, whatever. I'm not perfect. That's the important thing. I'm not perfect, and I want to get better. And sometimes I have to make decisions that I'm convinced are of like major consequence. And I'm never really going to be sure if the decisions are right. Even when, although sometimes I'll feel like I'm sure of it. You know, like in the moment, that like the emotional response, I was like, yeah, I'm fucking right. But not always. And even when I do have that, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. But I'm pretty happy with what I've pulled off in the past like 7 months. And I'm confident that like the worst thing that could happen is I change my mind on some stuff and I start doing a little bit worse of a job, and I think I'd catch it. You know, like if 2 months from now there's like something really bad happens, like then I could probably be like, all right, like maybe these last couple months, like this idea was bad. Like I shouldn't focus on whatever as much. Maybe that's like performance in raid, or maybe it's I didn't care enough about performance in raid, or maybe I should spend more time organizing in-person meetups, or maybe I should spend less time. Maybe I would come to the opinion that that didn't matter at all. Like if I met up with some people and then they ended up like never wanted to talk to me again, like from something related to the game, like a few months after, maybe I'd come to the conclusion that seeing people in person is a waste of time. Who knows? But I do know that I'm writing stuff down, and in the future I'll have some things to help me make decisions on if I did the right shit or not. But yeah, you guys should do that same stuff. Also, you should get 8 hours of sleep every night. If you're not, you're being a fucking retarded person. Please look into that if you're not doing it. See ya. I'm gonna start making videos again.